Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is SimGemini. This is my very first speed build and I am inspired by a cabin that I recently stayed at in Pine Mountain, California. And we went there back in February. There was lots of snow around. So I figured why not just make a cute little cabin modeled after it. So this is going to be a home that you can vacation at in Granite Falls. And the layout of this house, it was hard to figure out because do you see where those rocks are kind of to the right of the build right now? That is actually what they consider to be the street side. So that is actually the front image that you'll see. So it's not very pretty in the gallery at the main photo because I end up putting the front door on the side because of the way I wanted this porch and stuff to go out and the front door. It had to be done this way. So unfortunately, the gallery photo just does not do it justice. So here is the front entrance. I wanted to make this sort of, not a full wraparound, but I did want quite a bit of decking on that floor. And actually, a lot of the cabins in the Pine Mountain Club area, a lot of the first floor is used as storage. So most of the living space is on the second floor, and that's exactly what I wanted to do with this build. And then my intention was to use a lot of the under the decking. I was going to use that as usable space as well. So just doing the little wraparound. What I intended under that little floor there, the porch, I guess, is where I wanted to put some decorative things and some things that they could use, activities or whatnot underneath there. So all of the second flooring is where the living space is going to be. And unfortunately, the front door, as at least where I set it as the front door, is where those stairs are right now. The Sims are not using that front door. So it's kind of disappointing because as you see with those stairs, it took me quite a bit to figure out where to get those stairs. And then you'll see that I changed them again because I just wanted a little bit more dramatic entrance for the front door. So I'm going to change those stairs, and it makes me so sad because your Sims do not use it. Unfortunately, they get loaded on the back side of the lot, and that is the back door that they're using. Every time I had them go down and do activities or whatever underneath the house, they always use those back stairs. So it's kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. It still looks pretty, and I'm still happy with how it turns out. So here I'm just placing the windows, very simple. And then the cabin that we stayed in was this really dark maroon color. So that's kind of where, not kind of, that is where I decided to take this color from. And then there wasn't this bricking on the house that we stayed at. It was actually all just painted that red color, but I kind of wanted it to give it just a little bit more rustic look. So I just decided to go ahead and put the bricks down there and then paint the chimney to match just a little bit to give it that brick look as well. I do change the chimney a little bit later on, as you'll see. For some reason in the photos, that roofing looks like a very bright yellow, but as you'll see throughout this video, as the sun sets or something, I'm not sure, it tends to look more gray, but it is kind of a yellowish color, straw color. I don't know what you call it. So here I put down these columns, and then I decided to make some columns. And then as you'll see later in the video, I change my mind on the columns and I pull out the little ones there and decide to make my own big cement looking columns. And then here's the layout for the rooms, because this is going to be a 2-bedroom. And I do make a little laundry room. And when I say little, I do mean little. This is actually my second build for this house. I did make one, but when I recorded it originally, I recorded it with ScreenFlow, and I really didn't like that program. And unfortunately, it saved my files in ScreenFlow files. So it wasn't MP4, so I wasn't able to edit them or anything. So this is my second build, but in the first build, the laundry room was a little bit bigger, and there are some things that are a little bit different in the first build. I may go ahead and upload the first build to the gallery as well, just to see if some people prefer that one over this one, but this one will be called Pine Mountain Cabin V2, and then the first build will just be called Pine Mountain Cabin. So here I just made this little cutout here by this back stairs, and I had this great idea that I was going to put some plants or something really cute in there to decorate it, but then later on I changed my mind. I don't like it and I tear it out. So this is one of the bedrooms, and I wanted it to go for like a lighter pastel color, and I kind of like the way that that wood looks in there. It actually kind of looks lavender in color to me, but I know it's really a gray, but it still worked. So I just wanted this cute little pastel colored room, and I like the way that this kind of like peach and lavender and soft yellow kind of look together. I picked this dresser and because I wanted like lighter woods in this room. This was definitely going to be the light room because the rest of the house is in dark wood. The cabin that I stayed in actually did not look like this at all. Most of the interior is designed or inspired rather by the decorations and the furniture that was in the cabin, but this room looks nothing like one of the guest rooms did. And the second room that I ended up making, this one right here, this one is a little bit more closer to the room style that I had stayed in. My parents had stayed in the other room actually. I go with this wood floor. Originally I wanted carpet, but when I had put down the carpet, I didn't like it. And actually in the first build, there is carpet, I believe, on this one. And then I wanted some dark woods. So this room was definitely the dark wooded room. I put those khaki walls. I think I do change the color, or I put wood paneling and then I change my mind and go back to this khaki color again. I love that you can resize your tables, and so there I made a smaller table, and then I think I shrunk down that little flower light. Man, I really have much respect for these speed builds now that I'm watching them, because it is a lot of work to walk. It's a lot of work to talk through these things. I'm realizing how much work they really are. This video right here has been about a 2-week project for me, because originally I tried ScreenFlow. That didn't work out. I tried using iMovie, and then my files were way too big, so it was causing iMovie to crash all the time. So then I downloaded HitFilms Express and started using that. And then the export, when you were exporting a video in that program, oh my gosh, it was like overnight and my video still was not done. So I ended up going back to iMovie, so that's what I'm using here. And now just doing the voiceover. Like, it's a lot of work. So I totally respect all those speed builds that I watch now. So I hope that you're enjoying this video so far. I'm sorry if I'm rambling because I'm nervous, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, so here we are. This is the main room. There's going to be the kitchen and the living room area. And I wanted this to be a mixture of dark wood and blues, like sky blue, gray blue. I'm not sure what color you call that. So I did start off with some lighter wood paneling, but I do go back and change that later to dark. And then originally the kitchen was a lighter oak color, but I really like this dark wood in here better, so I went with that. The kitchen is a lot bigger than the actual kitchen that we stayed in, especially because I built this kitchen island and they didn't have that. They did have some countering that was on the side there, but I think it would have been like 2 pieces of the counter and that was it. But I really wanted to make it larger and roomy, and I think it needed it to take up the space because this whole front room is just so large. And of course you need your little coffee and all that when you're staying at a cabin. I tend to be a little sporadic when I'm decorating, as you'll see in this video. When I'm decorating, I'll put a couple objects down in the kitchen and then I'll go decorate another part and see something that would look really great in the kitchen, so I go back and add it to the kitchen. But that's just the way that I happen to edit things. So you'll see that throughout the video. And that's just because I still have not gotten acclimated to how the catalog is here. And it's even worse when I use the debug menu. I could be searching and scrolling through items for days. So I try to do the best editing that I could for this video. And then here I couldn't decide what carpet to use, so I just went for that little fur looking one because I thought it kind of fit. And then I have trouble with trying to decide on a little side table to put over here. So I put together two little, I guess it's dressers, like end tables, bedside tables or something. But I do change it. And then originally I put this couch down, but I think this is a couch from Cats and Dogs, and I really don't like the way those pillows look. They kind of remind me of something you would see in your grandmother's home, so I decided to switch out and use this other more modern sofa, but I did use the armchairs from that set, again, because I just wanted to go for that little gray, bluish kind of theme with the dark woods. And here I'm trying to decide what to do about those side tables, and then I do change it. I'm so glad that we can increase and decrease sizes of carpets and all kinds of stuff. So that put these cute little gingham curtains and some plants, because you always need some plants. They're always great for filling in space. And then I wish we had more like bear decorations. I would have loved to make this more bear themed, but there really wasn't a lot of bear items. So there's that. And then this is a cute little hall cutout. They did not have a hall cutout in the cabin that I stayed in, but I thought that that was really fitting just to fill in that space there. And then just finishing up the inside here, and then we're gonna get ready to decorate the porch. And oh, so this little cabinet there that I'm putting the flowers on right now, I do end up changing that to just floating shelves, because for some reason that big cabinet kept disappearing every time I loaded back the game. See, like right there, it's gone. So I just end up just putting floating shelves and decorating those shelves again, as you'll see. So now I'm just moving on to the outside to decorate with some cute little outdoor patio furniture and some flowers that I'm gonna put under the windows. And I'm sorry, but I can't remember the exact cost of the house. I do want to say that the rent was maybe $1,200 a day. And if you want to decrease that, you can do that easily by either getting rid of some of these plants. And I do end up making like a stone pathway. So if you just deleted some of those stones, you can make the rent cheaper for your vacation stay. But I do believe that it was about $1,200 a day, which I don't know, kind of think it's worth it for this cute little cabin. So as you saw, I put the trees there in that little cutout, that crazy cutout that I'm gonna edit in a little bit. And just finishing touches here with some flowers on the outside of my windows. And now I'm gonna start decorating in that space underneath the decking just to use it up. And I thought that this person would want to be a hobbyist when they're on vacation, that maybe they want to make some little floor arrangements and work on their floor arrangement skill. And I kind of just wanted it like to have all your gardening utensils and stuff there. I do end up having to move some of that around, adjust it according to the new stair layout, but it all works out. And see, here I am putting in the wine bottles that popped up because I didn't see them earlier. I guess I could have put it in the search and put it down in the kitchen, but it just skipped my mind at the moment. I think this build did take me, I want to say it took me about 5 hours, even though I had already finished the build, the version 1, I finished the day before. And so this one should have been less time because I already knew how the layout was going to go and pretty certain about what items I was going to use to decorate and all that. But it still just took me quite a bit, more so because I tweaked it and I changed the layout of the stairs and all of that. And I guess that took me some figuring out to do. I'm not quite so good at the editing just yet. So once I figure out how to edit properly as I'm filming, I'm sure that will save me some time. So here I'm just decorating the front of the house here. And I don't do a lot of decorating with the landscaping here, just because like the back of the house, there really isn't any room. and the other side as well. So since this was supposed to be the front of the house, I wanted to go ahead and kind of go all out in this area. And so here I'm just picking some ferns and some of the flowers that are only found in the Granite Falls. I think that's what this world is called. I forget. So here's the little man cave area. I shouldn't say that because I'm sure there are female Sims that are doing woodworking, but I figured that, you know, you would have like this industrial shelf, and this is where you would put your tools, and all kinds of clutter would be on this shelf. So I think that's like a spy kit or something, a secret agent kit, whatever. It just kind of looked appropriate to put on that shelf, so I did. And then some clutter, some blocks of wood and whatnot. And I do believe that I put in some like sports equipment because I figure that would be a good place to have some sports equipment laying around, piled up, would be on that shelf. And then since this is a cabin and it does snow here, right now I believe this is the summer season, and I did it this way so that the plants didn't look all dead around it. But in the winter seasons, it does snow quite a bit, and I figured you need some like shovels, so I'll go ahead and toss some shovels in that little woodworking area. And here I am fixing that chimney because I didn't really like my chimney, but this was the best that I could do. Really need to work on the chimney skills, I think. But here is when I'm deciding to change the layout of the stairs. I decided that I wanted it to have a little bit of a landing space, and then to continue going up and down, what do you call it? Ascending, ascending to the front door. And then it just took me a while to figure out where to place the stairs and what walls I had to remove, or flooring, or what have you. And this part took me quite a bit. I'm going to say that it probably took me like 45 minutes or an hour to figure out how to do this just right. I mean, I don't know exactly because I didn't time myself. I'm just guessing. It felt forever. So that's kind of one thing that I'm still playing around with, is the stairs, because elevating the stairs and positioning the stairs, I'm not so good at that just yet. Even though I really enjoy building and there's so much more for me to learn, it does still take me quite a bit to figure things out. And the way that I put the stairs causes me to have to push back the house, I think by a square or so, to make room for that porch still. That I wanted at least 2 squares of the porch there. And that's another reason why that little shelf by the front door ends up disappearing, because everything kind of gets shoved over. See right here, things got shoved and I just had to move things. And the stairs are almost done here, and it is really super cute when it comes out. I was really pleased with it. It just looks fancy. I just wish the Sims were smart enough to realize that this is the main entrance and to use this main entrance. It doesn't look too complicated to me, and I set it as a front door, but I don't know. Sims are not so smart in some ways. So, see, so really I was not kidding when I said that the stairs probably took me about an hour to figure out, because this seems like forever that these stairs are coming together. And have any of you ever built houses where it took you a very long time with the stairs, or is it just me? Because, you know, I thought this would have been a lot easier, but even when I laid down the stairs to begin with, they kept hitting over the grid. So it was just all about placing the stairs first before I could really focus on anything else. And that's kind of why I feel like I'm stuck here. Anyways, so then I decided I want to just make some cute little columns on the sides of the stairs, just to kind of encase the stairs there. And then I'll put some railing and all of that. Do you guys like the vacation houses? Because when I went and stayed at one of the vacation houses, I think it was the one that had, I think it was a 2-bedroom one, and it just seemed so boring and so plain to me. The kitchen was really big, also kind of like this one, but I just really wasn't happy with it. So that's the reason why I even started to build this, was for my own game, because I just wanted something kind of cute. And yeah, I could have gone and looked in the gallery to see if there were some cuter cabins, but since I really enjoy building my own, I just decided to build this one. And now I'm just gonna fix that little pop out area again. And I'm just gonna put some shelves now because I am tired of this little pop out air cutout area. I'm not sure what you call it there. But I knew I wanted to keep those little milk cans because I wanted it to still be kind of rustic looking. And then I figured, since this is a cabin and lots of people stay in cabins during the Christmas season or whatnot, I figured we needed a little bit of snow globes. So I put some snow globes that have the trees, the little Christmas trees inside of it. And this cute little table that looks like natural wood. I really like this. I mean, we all know that the colors of the woods don't all match in The Sims, and I don't think we'll ever be 100% pleased about that. But I do like this color. I wish I had all this dark wood, like that wood table in this house. I think it would be really neat. And then I figured, when you're coming to stay at a place like this, you're going to have some luggage and you're going to need little backpacks around. So I went ahead and decided to put it on there. And then now I just have to go back and redecorate the outside because of moving the porch. And this time I decided to put these little topiaries on this side table. And I thought they were just kind of cute. And then I'm not sure if that was a succulent or if it was some kind of aloe plant or something. I don't know. So here's that crazy cutout area. And I just decided to cover it up because it was just kooky looking to me. And then I replaced the little columns that had like the little stone on the end of them, and make my own so that they could blend a little bit better with the build, even though they still kind of look a little random. Oh my gosh, all this talking is making my throat so dry. You don't realize it when you've been talking for 25 minutes straight. Or I guess we're at 26 minutes, something like that. Anyways, so here I'm just putting some windows on those little dormers, even though there is not a third floor. There are no rooms up there. I just thought it was cute looking. And just putting some little lanterns on the stairs. And then I wanted that cute little rainbow fish, and I thought it kind of looked out of place, so we settled for a bass fish. And here are some cute little, I thought they were like olive oil. That's what I was thinking. Maybe they're wine bottles. I'm not sure. So I decided to put those on the counter as well. And this cute little watering can. And then here's those snow shovels I was talking about. And I just wanted to look like they were just thrown there and left there because maybe the kids did that. I'm not sure. And then what cabin would be complete without a little grill? You need some kind of little barbecue or outside. And I like this little rustic table. And in the debug menu, I found some charcoal, what do they call it? Lighter fluid and a little book of matches. But I thought that the matches would probably disappear, and they did. So they're not there anymore. And then you have to have an outdoor fire pit. This took me a while just to figure out where to place the fire pit and the couches. And I did test this, and my sim really enjoyed roasting marshmallows in that fire pit. I think it like gave her some moodlet that was for like 4 hours or 5 hours or something like that. I'm not sure. So we're almost coming up to the end of this build with the photos. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like this video, and we will see you next time. Again, the details are in my description on where to download.